Hello and welcome to the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network. I'm Jeff Brightwell. Richard Mulrooney joined us from Soccer, and Coach, was a good day in Birmingham. Always tough to get wins down there, and it's an old rivalry going back to the old Conference USA days. But you come away with a nice 3-1 win, a game I'm sure the team felt finally able to break through, put some goals on the board, and grab that win.
Yeah, it's a sense of relief. I've out of the first four games, like I said, it's not that we deserve to win them all. We obviously took our lumps with it, but to say we were 0-3-1, that was a bit tough. I thought we deserved to win a couple of them, but you've got to find a way to win. And with this game going into UAB, a team that beat Ohio State that we lost to, we know it was going to be a tough challenge. But I guess the best way to wrap it up would be that you have to find a way to win games, and we did. We did that on Saturday. We scored the first goal. We're able to add the second goal. And we probably played the most complete game that we've had while giving up few chances. So, and funny enough, in the first 5 minutes of the game, I believe we had a decent opportunity. Their goalie made a really good save, and it's just like, oh gosh, one of those games again. So it kept it zeros. But in saying that, the guys, I think we're learning as we go, to not get too low on missed opportunities and not to get too low on goals scored against. But we were able to get that first one and add another one. And then, like you said, to score 3 goals, that we've had that ability in all the games. We just haven't finished our opportunities, and we finally did this one. And I would say pretty much the only disappointment we had was just to try to keep that shutout. I thought we had a silly foul we gave up at the end of the game to give them an opportunity for a penalty kick, and they made it to make it 3-1. But if that's the only thing I really have to complain about specifically, like I said, I'm pleased with the overall result. I'm pleased for the guys. They've worked their tails off to finally get that first win. It's been a long time coming. Nobody's going to give them to us, but at the same time, to get that first one, I think it's going to ease us a little bit, hopefully going into the game tomorrow night. But we were happy to go on the road and get that victory and come back home.
Well, was Galizzi's goal to make it 2-0 near the end of the first half, I believe in the 41st minute? Is that the biggest goal of the season because it gives you that 2-0 lead going into the locker room?
It is, for a couple of reasons. First off, Maxie was looking for his first goal or assist of the year or whatever. He's worked his tail off and trying to get on that. And it was a clever little chip, ball comes into him, and for him to not necessarily try to dribble the keeper or maybe slide at the post where you have a better chance, he just sort of chipped it over the keeper and it found the back of the net. So it was a really composed goal on his end. And the second part, we've had goals scored against us this year in the first 5 minutes or the last 5 minutes of halves. Those are tough to overcome. And for us to do that to UAB, to make it 2, as you said, going into halftime, that, I think that just continued the trend of us continuing to get the better of them as that half went on. And I think that led into the second half. So for numerous reasons, that was a big one. But for number one, it's just, again, not to be scored on at the end of the half, but more so getting one to make it 2-0 for us.
You had to feel when Javon Prado put that goal in the 64th minute. You can't take anything for granted, but you had to feel pretty good at 3-0.
I did. Like I said, it's and again, happy for Javon. He's been trying to figure it out. We've tried him on the wing. He's found some time up top now or whatever, and really made the most of it. So for him to reward himself, I couldn't be happier. And more importantly for the team to get that to 3-0. They say that the most dangerous lead in soccer is 2-0. I'd rather have that than 1-0. But in saying that, 2-0, and let's just say that PK happens at the end of the game and make it 2-1, could have got interesting. So to get that third one really alleviated a lot of pressure. I was able to make some subs to start resting some legs going into Tuesday night. But obviously we had to see the game out, and I think the guys that came on the field were able to do that, barring the penalty kick we gave up at the end.
Turn around and quick trip on Tuesday over to Conway, Arkansas to face UCA.
Yeah, it's another one of those day trips. And looking forward to it. It's different now, going in with a losing streak the last couple games. Now we have a winning streak, and now we have something to build upon, saying, hey, look, let's get a winning streak going into this, knowing what we've got over the weekend with UCF coming in. But in saying that, UCA is, if I think they're 4-1, or, they've played very, very well. So to go in there thinking that this is just going to be a cakewalk, far from it. In the fall of 2020, if I've got my dates mixed up with COVID and everything, we come off a big win versus SMU. They come in here and whooped us good. They whooped us really good, if I'm not mistaken, 4-0. Yeah. So they're more than capable of that, and that's not from us having a bad day. That's them imposing themselves on us physically, mentally, and obviously tactically. And they have that same type of team again this year. So if we go in thinking we're just going to coast in this, that it's going to be another 3-0 win for us, or 3-1 rather, we're sorely mistaken. So at practice this afternoon, we'll make sure we have that message sent out, making sure that the guys are recovered, and we'll put the best lineup out possible and ready to go compete tomorrow night.
Big match, because if you can get the win Tuesday at UCA, it gives you back-to-back wins to momentum, because here comes American Conference play Saturday night at 8:00 against UCF over at the Murphy Athletic Complex.
Yeah, I mean, you want to go into your conference confident, and that's not to say that if we were to lose it, we wouldn't be. But there's nothing like winning. There's nothing like winning whatsoever, especially on the road and against a team that has given us trouble in the past. So obviously, that's our number one goal on the Tuesday night. But obviously, we want to play a style that it gives us opportunities, and we were able to finish those at UAB. We were able to limit them in terms of defensively, in terms of letting them have very few chances and only get that one goal. So if we do that tomorrow night, it gives us a really good chance to get a result. Easier said than done. But having said that, yes, going into the UCF game on Saturday, we definitely want to have that confidence, and a win would do that.
All right, Coach, as always, we appreciate it, and we'll catch up with you next week.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
That's Coach Richard Mulrooney. I'm Jeff Brightwell with the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network.